Hook is 25 years old. We're celebrating in Austin next weekend with Rufio. Dante's coming down. He's 40. Jimmy Mattio's coming down. My son Jake is coming down. And we're having a 25th celebration screening with Alamo Drafthouse of Hook. That film came from my 6-year-old son. He is now my 35-year-old writing partner. He was a job creator at age 6 with one line. What if Peter Pan grew up? So at age 11, he was able to walk onto the set, see the pirate ship being built, see the pirate town being built, hundreds and hundreds of jobs created for over a year. My son created those jobs. Of course, I had to steal it and you know, rip it off and write the screenplay. My son was a job creator. I didn't understand that. For 2 years, Hook and Dracula, back-to-back, occupied the whole Sony lot. Employed over 1,000 people. You know, from everything from pirates to Indians to vampires to sexy women who, you know, were sucking your throat and stuff, you know. DPs, sound people, amazing. I didn't understand this. My cart, my little golf cart, said Hook and Dracula on it. Pretty heady stuff for me. One day there was an accident between two carts. The Hook cart hit the Dracula cart. It's a really funny photo. So for a screenwriter, I didn't appreciate the fact that I had typed the end on these two screenplays that nobody wanted to do. Turned down all over town. And then Spielberg and Francis Coppola, thanks to Winona Ryder, said, we'd like to direct. You know, I didn't realize this till 2 years ago. And I listened to politicians talk about, hey, man, we're going to create jobs, we're going to create jobs, we're going to create jobs, we're going to create jobs. And they're filling you full of campaign promises and they don't really deliver. Screenwriters and television writers create thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs every single year. Jen knows this. I mean, the television has to hire writers. They require it. You saw it when we had a strike, and I hope we never have another strike. We shut down catering services. We shut down printing businesses. We shut down car rental business. We killed hotel rooms. I mean, it was horrible when you realize what that strike did to the industry of how widespread writing impacts our business. And I mean the independent world too. In the independent world, you need producers and financiers. They're the lifeblood of indie film. 25 executive producers on a film that each gave $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever it was. God bless them. But they needed your script before they could go do that. So I think that what dawned on me in 2014, the last feature I had out was a big animated film that Bill Joyce and I had worked on for 15 years. Epic. It was called Epic. Epic what? It's an epic. It was based on Legend of the Leaf Men. And this is to Fox's credit because they do this on every single film. I was hosting a screening in Singapore or Taiwan or something. And as I'm watching the film, the last credit that comes up on the screen, it says over 12,000 jobs were created in the making of and authorized distribution of this motion picture. Over 1 million work hours were expended in the making of this motion picture. And then it had the names of all the babies that were born during the making of this motion picture. The film took 8 years we stopped and started so many times. It took 8 years of actual production to realize that. And I saw that credit and I went, wow. Bill Joyce and I sat out in his backyard chasing fireflies. If you don't know who Bill Joyce is, this is Robots and Rise of the Guardians and Santa Calls and George Shrinks, and he's an amazing children's book author and dear close friend. We set out, you know, drinking red wine and chasing fireflies, trying to figure out a way to do a fairy story. And we did it. And in 1999, we started writing it. That's a long time. But the jobs we created and spawned were enormous. And I realized that was when it hit me that Frank Pearson was right. We're job creators. That doesn't mean that every time you type the end, something's going to happen. But when you type the end, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of a trail that exponentially grows the farther you get down that line. When you're trying to get the financing together, You may have an agent, you may have a manager, you may have an angel, you may have a friend. You're not really creating a job yet. But once you go into pre-production, I mean, if you're in the studio system, you've got assistants and executives and creative executives who all have jobs waiting for that next screenplay to cross their desk that they're going to be able to go, this is the next Star Wars.